My name is Matt Stanley. I'm the head equipment manager for the Charlottetown Knights of the New Brunswick PEI Major Under-18 Hockey League, and welcome to the room. Well, what I'm doing right now is I'm just setting up stalls for tonight's first playoff game between the Wild. Kind of daily thing I do. We got Clinton 1 here. Hef, we found your bowl, just so you know, buddy. Shout out Lincoln Kennedy, he found it for you. If you end up seeing if you see Seth Wallace around, just call him Dale. If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. It's from Step Brothers. Mo's will get a piece of tape and write Dale on it and then put it on his helmet. Captain Geo. No idea who this is, so. Hef, you got a new hat, buddy. Rowan Walsh. I really don't even need touches, to be honest, but I'll make it look nice at least. He's an affiliate for the Charlottetown Islanders of the Q, so I'll usually give Caden McGuigan his 3 stalls, but he is unfortunately not playing tonight. Noah McQuillan, he leaves his stall exactly the way I set it up. So I'll set up Caden's stall anyways, just to make it look nice at least. I will put his jersey in his stall with his last name out, just because he's not playing tonight. But he's still a part of the team, and he's one of the longest Knights players this year that has played. This is his 3rd or 4th season, I believe. I actually played hockey with Caden growing up, so I've known him and Austin Walk for a long time too. Played with them. Oops. Now on to Chris Kringle. If you know, you know. Santa Claus. He is real, folks. He's over in this corner. He also goes to the Mount too, so when he comes back from there, he practices with us. And we got starting goalie for tonight. I find goalies' stalls are the most fun to set up because they have a lot of gear, and the boys like to complain because I give them 4 hooks instead of 3, like every other player, but they have more gear. Now we got Hudson Bradley, nicest pads in the league. I might be biased because I did them. Took me maybe 3 hours to do his pads. Wasn't a lot, but it was kind of a pain. And then I did it while watching the Canada game when they won. So then we got Little Man. Probably one of the funniest guys on the team, honestly. He's something, we'll say that. He's pretty funny though. He's new to the team. He came over in January. Came from Saskatchewan. He's from here, but he was over with Notre Dame Hounds. Man, he's fast and he's good. He's not back down either. He'll go after the biggest guy, no matter how old he is, and he's an animal. Then we got Carson Murnahan. I also played hockey with him. Unfortunately, our team was that year, so Dunner got his mullet last week. Probably one of the nicest mullets I've seen. Shout out Rowan Walsh, our team barber. He got everyone right. He probably also has one of the nicest mullets I've seen. Same with Carson Murnahan. I'll usually get here around, if we're at home, I'll usually get here around 7 to 8 hours before the game. Today, our game is at 7, and I got here at a little before 12, so about 7 hours. And then there's an ice time 45 minutes before ours, or sorry, they get off 45 minutes before us, so that'll give me time to set up the bench and whatnot. Carson Murnahan, probably also one of the funniest guys. Last but not least, we got the little brother of Nathan Campbell, Ashton Campbell. I did a repair on his equipment this year. His stall is kind of annoying because his cuts off at 2 hooks, so I don't really have much to work with, but fixed his elbow pad this year, put some foam in there because his elbows were getting pretty sore, he said, so added some padding into that, and then did a pretty terrible sew job, but my first time sewing equipment, so I'll take it. It works. And our last win, actually, he got the helmet. This is for player of the game, I guess. Hudson Bradley had the night before for after his win. Now we'll get into jerseys and socks, I guess. I go through every pair of socks and make sure there's no holes or anything in them, so they look good for the game. As the saying goes, look good, play good. So my job is to make the boys look good out there while they work their asses off. I'll put their socks inside their pants, and then I'll grab their jersey and toss it in their stall. I like to have the logo out, so I turn it around and tie the sleeves together. Some of the jerseys don't like to cooperate sometimes, so kind of got to work with what you have. And then I'll adjust it so the Knights is showing out. There we go. That's one stall done. Then I won't touch his for the rest of the day until we get our playoff shirts out, which you'll see in a couple minutes here. Colin Proud, or sorry, not Colin Proud. Beckham McCabe. He's injured right now. He has a buckle break in his arm, so he's not playing for this series. He's out for 4 weeks, so it's not ideal for us, as he's a small guy, but he's fast and he's quick. He's good with the stick. So I'll set his jersey out with his number facing out, just because he's not playing, but he's still one of the boys. On to Parker McDonald. Parker's also one of the few guys that has two hooks in their stall. So he works with what he has. He puts his undergear and elbow pads onto his shoulder pad, so it works out pretty well. It looks nice. And yes, these socks look like they have holes in them. They don't. They're just worn. Cadence of airs. Me and Zach have a sort of ritual, I guess. I know we'll pop a clip in here in a second. Started maybe, geez, I don't know, maybe a month ago. Not even at the beginning of the year, but about a month ago, I messed around with him and sprayed water down his back. And he said it was cold, so I said, all right, you can get me back now. It's been like that every game now. We'll do it with 7 minutes on the clock usually. Warm-ups left, and then he'll go about his way, back to his warm-up. I have quite a few random rituals with guys, so it's fun to kind of be involved with the boys when they're getting prepared and stuff like that. Yes, he's also one of two guys that wear mouthguard religiously. Beckett McCabe usually wears one, but he hasn't in a while just because he's been injured. But before that, he hasn't worn one in a while. So Colin Proud, one of also I think one of the funniest guys too. See, with a sock like that, I won't give it to a player just because it has so many cuts all over the place. So that'll stay away. I would make sure for one player specifically there's not a single hole in it. They have to look perfect, I guess, if you could say that. Aiden Salvaggio, he's quite picky with the socks, which is kind of annoying on road games because I'll pack their bags before we get in the bus usually for away games. So I'll pack their jerseys and socks in their bags, so it's more convenient for not only me moving the stuff, but guys not having to wait for gear or anything like that. So it's kind of a pain when he sees one hole when he's putting socks on, and I have spare socks with me that have holes in them too, but I don't mind it. I've kind of learned to navigate around it. So I'll usually find 2 pairs of socks that have absolutely no holes in them whatsoever, or at least they don't look like they have holes in them, so I can kind of trick them. Other guys aren't too picky. They just put the socks on. I've also learned not to touch Austin Walker's stick. I learned that very early on. And probably one of the most annoying stalls too, because it's a corner. Zach Clinton, his stall is kind of annoying to do with jerseys, so I usually take his skates down and do it like that. It's kind of weird being a part of the Talking Puck, and it's kind of funny doing a video, I guess. And yes, just because I'm not at every game with Noah doesn't mean I'm not part of Talking Puck. So I am. We got Dale. Yeah, no visible holes in that one, so that'll be good for Aiden. He is the captain after all, so it's been a good pair.